Another day, another story. Budgeting and forecasting are important because they help businesses plan for the future and make informed decisions. By creating a budget, businesses can estimate their income and expenses for a certain period, such as a year, and allocate resources accordingly. A forecast, on the other hand, is an estimate of future performance, based on past data and trends. Key elements of a budget typically include four main components. Revenue is the money a business expects to receive from sales, investments, and other sources. Expenses include all the costs associated with running a business, such as salaries, rent, utilities, and supplies. Profit or loss is the difference between revenue and expenses. Cash flow is the movement of money in and out of a business. Cash flow statement shows how much cash a business has on hand, how much is coming in, and how much is going out. To create a forecast, businesses typically use historical data and trends to estimate future performance. They also include external factors, such as changes in the market, to adjust their forecast. The process of creating a forecast can help businesses identify potential risks and opportunities, and adjust their strategy accordingly. Revenue includes all the money that is expected to come in during a specific period. For a personal or household budget, this might include income from employment, rental properties, investments, or other sources. It's important to include all sources of income in order to get an accurate picture of how much money is available to spend. Fixed expenses are expenses that stay the same from month to month, such as rent or mortgage payments, car payments, and insurance premiums. For a personal or household budget, this might also include utilities, phone and internet bills, and other such recurring expenses. Variable expenses are expenses that can change from month to month, such as groceries, dining out, entertainment, and traveling. For household budget, it's important to estimate these expenses based on past spending patterns or average costs in order to get an accurate picture of how much money is being spent. Savings in a budget include money that is set aside for future goals, such as building an emergency fund, saving for a down payment on a house, or planning for retirement. For personal budget, it's important to prioritize savings goals and allocate a portion of income towards them each month. Debt repayments are inevitable. If you have outstanding debts, such as credit card balances, student loans, or a mortgage, it's important to include these payments in your budget. Budget enough to cover minimum payments and also allocate extra funds towards paying down debt more quickly. For personal or household budgets, it's important to note that the same principles of budgeting and forecasting apply as for businesses. By creating a budget, you can plan for future expenses, allocate resources effectively, and make informed decisions. It can also help you identify areas where you may be overspending and make adjustments to reduce expenses and increase savings. Remember to review and update your budget regularly to ensure it continues to meet your needs and goals. Forecasting is the process of estimating future performance or outcomes based on past data and trends. In the context of budgeting, forecasting is an important tool for businesses and individuals alike, as it allows for better planning and decision-making. To create a forecast, you typically start by analyzing historical data and identifying trends or patterns. For example, if you are forecasting sales for a business, you might look at sales data from the past several months or years to identify seasonal trends or patterns in customer behavior. You might also look at external factors that could impact sales, such as changes in the economy, new competition entering the market, or changes in consumer preferences. Once you have analyzed the data, you can use it to make predictions about future performance. This might involve using statistical models to forecast sales, or using qualitative data to make educated guesses about future trends. For example, if you are forecasting sales for a retail business, you might look at consumer trends and predict that certain products will be more popular during the upcoming holiday season. One important thing to keep in mind when forecasting is that it is not an exact science. There are always uncertainties and variables that can impact future performance, and no forecast can guarantee a specific outcome. However, by using historical data and trends to make informed predictions, you can improve your chances of making accurate forecasts and making better decisions for your business or personal finances. Most important is to review and update your forecasts regularly, as new data and changing circumstances can impact your predictions. By regularly reviewing your forecasts and adjusting them as needed, you can ensure that your budgets and plans remain relevant and effective. There are several types of data that can be used for forecasting, and the specific type you use will depend on what you are trying to forecast. Few examples relating to everyday concern and business are: data for forecasting sales of a business is one of the most important types of data you can use. This data helps to identify trends and patterns in customer behavior, such as seasonal fluctuations or changes in buying habits. If you are a retailer trying to forecast sales for the upcoming holiday season, you might look at sales data from previous holiday seasons to identify trends and make predictions about this year's sales. Market data includes information about external factors that could impact your business, such as changes in the economy, new competitors entering the market, or shifts in consumer preferences. This data can be used to make predictions about how these factors will impact your business in future. If you are a manufacturer of solar panels, you might look at market data to make predictions about how government policies or changes in the cost of raw materials will impact your sales in the future. Social media data can be used to make predictions about consumer behavior and preferences. If you are a fashion retailer trying to forecast trends for the upcoming season, you might look at social media to identify which styles and colors are popular among influencers and consumers. Economic data includes information about macroeconomic factors such as inflation rates, interest rates, and GDP growth. This data can be used to make predictions about how the economy as a whole will impact your business in the future. If you are in a financial services company trying to forecast demand for your products, you might look at economic data to make predictions about how changes in interest rates or unemployment rates will impact consumer behavior. The type of data you use for forecasting will depend on what you are trying to forecast and the industry you are in. For household, it is rather simple but very complex for business. By using historical data and trends, along with relevant external factors, you can make informed predictions about future performance and make better decisions for your business or personal finances. Business forecasting is much difficult to make and understand due to numerous factors involved. Conclusively, budgeting and forecasting are essential tools for businesses of all sizes and go always hand in hand because by creating budget, businesses can plan for the future and allocate resources effectively. Through forecast, businesses can estimate future performance and make informed decisions. Thanks for watching.